What is up, guys? Drakon here with a quick guide on how to break out of grabs and or chokes. Shout out to Hollow Addiction for creating a video like this already, but he only showed on how to do it with the Blade Dancers. In this video I will be showing you guys how to do it with the Blade Dancer, Kung Fu Masters, Force Masters, Destroyers, and Summoners. For any class, if you guys want to break out, all you gotta do is go to your tab skill, which is your escape, and go 2 points down the left tree. This lets you tab out of grapples, grab, or phantom grip. For the Blade Dancer, the phantom grip you can escape from when the dagger leaves and before it hits the neck. So if you guys look at it, here's what the dagger looks like. Now if you press number 2 on any class while the dagger is in midair, you will actually avoid it. So here's what it looks like. So there he pressed number 2 and he broke out of it and then knocked me down. Now if you're a Blade Dancer and you want to try to avoid that, there's 2 ways you can do it. One is by backstepping, and the second way is press number 2 right when you grab. So the dagger comes out right after the phantom grip. That way the opponent has no time to react and might not break out. So first I'll show you guys the backstepping method. So if I grab them and I backstep while I press number 2 and they break out, I won't get knocked down or take damage from the breakout. Now the second way I can do it is by pressing the number 2 key right when I grab them. They won't have enough reaction time to break out. Here's what it looks like. Just like that. And he didn't have enough reaction time to press 2 to break out. Now as for a Destroyer, there are 2 ways you can break out of grab. One is when they do the aerial, and second is when they throw down. So here I'll show you guys an example of both. First way, when I grab and I do my knockup, if you see me lifting the person in the air and you press number 2, they will break out. So here I'll show you guys an example of how to break out. Just like that. The second way you can break out is when they're throwing you down on the floor. That's the Z ability. I'll show you guys that as well. Now if you're playing a Destroyer and you wish to avoid those 2, the first thing you want to do is you want to stomp right before you knock up. That confuses the person and sometimes they don't press their escape. I'll show you guys an example. So you go stomp and then you knock up in the air. And sometimes they think you're just stomping, so they hesitate to press number 2. Now the second way you guys can avoid the grip is by putting 3 points down your Z path. Your Z skill right here, down the right path. What that does is it increases the speed of which you throw down. It limits the time your opponent has to react, so it looks something like this. So you grab and then you quickly throw down. Alright, now for Kung Fu Master, how you're going to evade this is you're going to count their punches. When they grapple, they usually do 3 punches and then they do 3 more punches. You want to press number 2 right when they do their 4th punch. So here you guys, I'll show you guys an example. Alright, now if you're playing a Kung Fu Master and you want to know how to avoid that, all you gotta do is do 2 punches and then press number 2, or you do 1 punch and press number 2. Yes, it reduces your amount of heals, but you avoid the breakout. Here's what it looks like. 1, 2, and then you press your number 2 for 3 more punches. Yes, you only get 2 punches out, but you don't get that breakout. Now if you're playing a Force Master and you wish to break out of the phantom grips, you can press number 2 right as they're doing the drain skill or when they're doing the push skill. So here I'll show you guys an example. So right when I started to do my drain, the enemy pressed number 2 and they broke out. Now if you're playing a Force Master, I don't believe there's a way to avoid it because you can't backstep and use your dagger like the Blade Dancer can. Now unfortunately for Summoners, the only way to break out is to burn the tab skill. So here I'll show you guys the cat getting on top of him and him pressing tab to get out of it.